look, the police case files here. Of course, we have Oishi right on the front of it. But yeah, let's see what these are about. So yeah, look, these are short scenes that appear at the beginning and end of 3 major sets of arcs. They should be read in order only after finishing the arcs above them. Yeah, that's the epilogues. The prologues don't really matter. So yeah, we can read the prologue of the Okinomiya police station incident report for Somayotsushi, and this is also replying to, you know, the first 3 chapters. I really wonder if this is actually going to be anything new, or if this is just going to be what we've already read. I don't know. What? Right. Oh, right. Okay, so these are, you know, all of the police case files. It looks like we're not actually going to get them in sort of, I don't know, like format, sort of visual novel format, like correct, and no, just normal visual novel format. It looks like we're going to be giving them in tip format. Interesting. Right, so I'm assuming this is like the prologue to the story. I don't know though, because it said it's for the 3 main arcs as well, so it may be generic. I don't know though. In the far corner of my consciousness, I heard the sound of somebody snoring. Right, that's very scary. When I realised it was coming for me, I chased the grogginess away and slowly opened my eyes. Oh, it's Oishi. Interesting. Right before my eyes, I found a fluorescent light shining down on me from a lightly stained ceiling. Though I only planned to take a short rest in the break room, apparently I fell all the way asleep. Oh my god. I must have slept in a weird position. I felt a dull ache in my shoulders and my temple. Well, if I leave it alone for a while, the blood flow will get back to normal and I'll probably just start feeling better. I love that Oishi's slacking. This is meant to be a police case file as well. A yawn leaked out as I raised my upper body and squeezed at the back of my neck. The short hand of the clock was pointing straight up and a single cigarette was lying in the ashtray on the table, burnt down to the butt. I had no memory of smoking it, but maybe I needed one before falling asleep. Oh my god, could you imagine if he unconsciously smoked it? Because that is a thing that is possible. I mean, Jesus. If I had somehow dropped it on the sofa, yeah, it could have started a fire. No, I know. It's actually really quite true. I mean, let's just reflect on the positives. It never happened, but still, that is so irresponsible of him. That's actually really funny that he doesn't even realise it's himself snoring. Yeah, that was too close. I couldn't agree more. I mean, my god. Let's just be lucky. And let's be happy about that luck. I rose to my feet with the ashtray in hand as I smiled bitterly and thought to myself, then dumped the ashes in the cigarette bin in the corner of the room. A myriad of cigarette butts were piled up on top of the murky water inside the can. The pungent aroma quickly forced a grimace along my face. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Oh god, that must actually be really quite disgusting. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I've never really seen cigarette bins, because obviously you don't really have much smoking in England, and I don't go to places that, you know, have smoking really, really present. Jesus, that must be disgusting though. Thanks to that smell, my drowsiness was all but gone. Oh my god, that smells so bad that, you know, he's completely woken up. Yeah, I need to quit smoking one of these days. It's actually interesting he's thinking about that. I mean, yeah, I would have never thought he'd, you know, starting tomorrow. The clock says the date has already changed. So starting today, I guess. You've got to be kidding me. The date's actually changed. Wow. So he's probably doing a night shift at the moment. But the urges might keep me up at night in the future, costing me the precious opportunity to cool my head. Yeah, interesting. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. However, it'd still be better for my health than spending major chunks of my time doing nothing and not thinking about anything. Oh, yeah, definitely, because I suppose when you're smoking cigarettes, you're just absent-mindedly smoking. Maybe you're, I don't know, having a drink with somebody, but most of the time, you're just doing nothing and you're doing that to sort of, I don't know, most of the times it's either because you're addicted or it's just to escape from everything. Though that habit is so deeply ingrained in me that I doubt I'd be able to quit. Oh god, it'd be nice to have something else I can enjoy as much as eating, sleeping, and getting into fights. Yeah, I need something to do with my days besides detective work, don't I? Well, I'm certainly not coming out for fun. I'm actually kind of surprised he says that. He would be really good. He is very physically strong, so I'm sure he could do farming. But, I mean, he does have a little bit of weight, but at the same time, there are such things as people with a lot of weight, but at the same time, really, really strong, like him. I chuckled at the mental image of myself standing in the dirt, working the fields. It's such a helpless story. Even though I'm scheduled to depart next week, I still haven't put much thought into it. Oh. The unforgettable landscape of the countryside around Okinomiya was etched into my mind. It had been so long since I visited my mother that... Oh, I can't think of what her area looks like now. Yeah. Oh, but they're in the planning stages for a large-scale airport that should be opened in a few years, which will make transportation more convenient. Interesting, that's what she said in her letter anyway, so I guess so. I think it's really quite nice that Oishi's mum is still alive. I'm actually really quite surprised about that, but yeah. Well, that's good, I suppose. Yeah, it's not like it'll kill me, and I won't know how much I'll enjoy it until I go. Yeah. Besides, I'll be busy looking after my aging mother. That ought to kill plenty of time. Yeah. I've been blessed with a strong body and living my life as I please for a long time, with little regard for my parents. Oh, they said divine punishment befalls those who don't respect their parents. Yeah, interesting. I mean, I suppose I've heard a lot about stuff like that, but yeah. I think even with Oichi, you know, just sort of validly contemplating whether he should quit doing his smoking or not. Yeah, it really is just sad how hard it is to give up smoking addictions and just how much they can have an effect on your life and especially your health as well. If the addiction gets really bad, then yeah, you could potentially really be doing yourself harm. Divine punishment, huh? I muttered the words swelling around inside my head while picking up one of the thick files sitting on the desk in front of me and looked at the title on the cover. Yeah, interesting. The series of deaths and disappearances in Hinamizawa. Jesus, that is actually really quite surprising. So this story really just shows the beginning of it all. I mean, you know, if things are going to be really, really quite, you know, they're going to change if Oishi is, you know, coming to Hinamizawa. I wonder when he actually comes to Hinamizawa, though. I mean, obviously he's obviously been to Hinamizawa beforehand because, yeah, you remember his involvement in the damn construction-related things, you know, trying to keep peace and everything, with Akazaka especially. But yeah, now he's gonna fully become a police officer that has quite a big role in there just because of this case that he's been made to take. Yeah. If divine punishment truly exists, there's probably no greater example of it than this. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. It's difficult to evaluate using human understanding and beyond the realm of comprehension. Hinamizawa village. Oh, officially known as the Hinamizawa district of Shishibone City. A village of around 2,000 people where the power of the mayor and public authorities paled in comparison to the three great families who effectively ruled the area since ancient time. Yeah, and after Koto Hokushi, you really realise how true that is. Oh my god. It's actually really quite nuts, but it is true. And the faith in their local god Oyasuda-sama that the residents passed down through the generations. They did though, yeah. Along with the curse said to have befallen non-believers in recent years. You're really gonna believe it's a curse? But it's all gone now, and the people who were left behind have been scattered around the surrounding area. Wait, what? And it all began in the cases summarised in these files. What? Oh, that's actually really interesting. So this was actually taken after the gas disaster. Right. That was a quite nice little bit of a, you know, just sort of prologue to the whole thing. It was pretty nice. I was expecting more, if I'm going to be honest. Yeah, it's this one, yeah. Right, this will be quite something. So, yeah, after reading the last case in the file, I closed the cover and suddenly turned to gaze out the window. The eastern sky was clearly visible and the morning sun was pouring in through the gaps between the blood. Oh, wow. Oh, that must be really quite cool. But at the same time, that must be really quite annoying if you're trying to do, let's say, any work related to, you know, paper, just writing on paper. Oh, God, having sunlight in your eyes like that, that'd be a nightmare. And also, if you're facing the sun as well, how would you concentrate on your screen? If you were doing it on a screen, obviously. They probably wouldn't be because it's 1980s. But, yeah, I don't know. Good grief. Have I been in here all night? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Did he? Oh, my God. He's been doing an all-nighter. Jesus. I was planning to stop after a quick... Oh, God. Is this some pathetic occupational disorder? At any rate, today is the last day I will be involved, so maybe I can just have a few lingering regrets. Oh. Last day he'll be involved with what? It's truly unfortunate. The sheer number of lives lost, and even the people who survived were driven mad. Oh, my God, definitely. Definitely. And it's a personal tragedy for me, too. Wait, hang on a second. So, come on, Tom. Oh my God! No! So, I'm actually really quite surprised that Oishi is still alive. Like, genuinely, I did not expect that whatsoever. But I suppose he's just found it so hard that he hasn't actually been able to, you know, talk to, what's her name? Tomoe. God, when I closed my eyes, a vision of my energetic subordinate detective suddenly floated to mind. I happened to be called into prefectural police headquarters on urgent business the day when the disaster struck. So he went to Yamazawa in my place. Oh my God. He's alright, Oishi-san. Oh, Jesus, you please leave it to me. You go take care of that headache waiting for you at HQ. Is that Otaka or I don't know. My God, though, that is unbelievable. But yeah, I'm actually really quite surprised to learn he hasn't died. Because I was under the impression that he went with what's his name? Come on, guy. God, it's really shocking to think that this is... You idiot. Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, of course I wasn't directing that abuse towards him. It was directed at myself. Oh my God. He went from Hinamizawa to take care of something I wanted to do. And he defied orders from above to do... God, that is just such a determination. But at the same time, though, holy fuck, that determination that he has is also the thing that, you know, killed him. God. No, I know. Getting injured and dying while working a case is an occupational hazard in this line of duty. And I probably would have welcomed it, but it was different in his case. In other words, it felt like... No. Yeah, fair. To speak those words was an insult to the dead. Even I understood that. Yeah, but I just couldn't help muttering it. Yeah, a young man with a... No, I know. That's so awful. Yeah, a young man with a family and a promising future has departed this world, and his death only highlighted the disgrace in my life. Oh, God. Was it just luck that allowed me to live as long as I have? Or did the ones putting the strings behind everything believe it wasn't worthy of killing? Yeah, that's actually interesting. I mean, I would have thought the mountain dogs would have been way more happy with him dying than... Come on, guy. God, that is so unbelievable. That really is. He needed to take care of business at HQ. And yeah, come on, guy. He literally defied orders, though. I can't believe that. God, that is so tough. You piece of shit. I suddenly looked up towards the heavens and spat those words. No, fair enough. In reality, I'm retreating from this line of work without learning anything. Oh my god, yeah, so he's not only got this, you know, awful thing to deal with now, but he's also, you know, about Kumagai and obviously the loss he's had, but he's also has this really quite brutal conclusion. I could hear the jeering voices of the people whose faces I didn't know, and suddenly began to clench my fists. Oh god. From now, the best I can do is to remember to absolutely never forget this incident. Oh, yeah, fair. I mean, what else can he do? Genuinely, and to keep it locked away in the corner of my heart. At any rate, today is my last day as a detective. Yeah, so he truly is resigning. God. Yeah, well, I could probably use a shower and a change of clothes just to keep up appearances. Oh, keep up appearances. Yeah, fair enough. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Naturally, it would be rude to stand before my peers and looking shabby and filthy as they see me off on my final day. As I thought that, I bundled a massive set of files together and returned to my seat in the Criminal Investigation Division. Then I grabbed the locker key out of my desk drawer and turned towards the shower room. Oh, he's getting a call. Interesting. Wait, hang on a second. I kind of get the impression that I know why Tomoe was actually never able to get through to Oishi. It was because the mountain dogs had probably cut the wires. God, I can't believe I never thought about that. Just then, an electronic beeping sound echoed out of the phone on the desk, and the extension light was lit up. Oh, when I noticed the call was directed specifically to my desk, I lifted the receiver and pushed the button.
Moshi.
Oh, hello. Good evening, good morning.
Konbanwa.
Who is this? Well, it's definitely somebody that Oishi knows. Maybe it's Tomoe. Who knows? God, that last sort of thing that you have to come to terms with. Yeah. Oh, is this Oishi-san? I heard a junior detective on the other end of the phone. That's right, he should be on night duty today. Oh, right. He sounded a little surprised that I was still here. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Well, veteran detectives do head out pretty early in the morning, so it's natural for him to be confused. Oh. Yes, this is Oishi. Is something wrong? Oh, yes. Oh, Oishi-san, you have a call from an outside line. What? No! I think it was from somebody named Akasaka. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Akasaka. Really? Oh my god. Yeah, I did in my head for a moment and quickly remember. Wasn't he the elite investigator from Tokyo who'd worked with me on a case like that? Yep. Good grief, if I can't remember somebody right after hearing their name, I guess. Oh god. No, I know. I suppose you could think of that. Oh.
Ah, すいません。その人は私の知り合いです。
Oh, sorry, he's an old acquaintance of mine.
繋いでいただけますか?
Please patch him through. Oh, that's actually really quite good. I can't believe that Akasaka's on the phone though. I mean, yeah, this really does sort of seem like a Himatsubushi scenario. I mean, I really wonder what this added depth of, you know, everything that's happened in Kakiuchi, I wonder how that's going to change things. Understood. And shortly thereafter, I heard a familiar voice coming through the receiver. Yeah! Yeah, Oi-san, it's been a long time.
Oh,
Akasaka-san.
懐かしいですね。
Yeah,
何年ぶり
seriously.
でしょうか?
How nostalgic. It's been years, hasn't it?
5年ぶりです。
It's been 5 years. Yep.
あの時は本当にお世話になりまし
Oh
た。
my god, yeah, really, thank you for all your help back then. Yeah, if anything, it really is quite nice to think.
いやいやいや、そ
Literally,
んなことは。
he changed Akasaka's life so much. I really do wonder what would have actually happened if he went to Hinamizawa. He wouldn't have improved he wouldn't have tried to improve his strength. He wouldn't have felt like more of an obligation to, you know, catching people. And I just don't really think he would have been as connected with his job, really. Oh no, it wasn't. It was no
大
big
して
deal.
お役にも立てません
I
でし
wasn't
た
much
か
help
ら
anyway.
ね。
You weren't much help anyway. What?
そんなことはありま
That's
せん。
not true. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah. I was able to
目的を
complete my
果たす
mission
ことが
thanks
で
to
き
you,
ま
and
し
I
たし、
learned a lot along the way.
それ以上
Oh,
に
yeah.
たくさんのことを教わりました。
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
ありが
Yeah,
とうございます。
thank you. Please, enough of
や
that.
めてくださいよ。そんなことを言われ続けてると、おだてられて舞い上がった豚が木に登っちゃいますよ。
If you keep flattering me like that, even someone of low ability like me will be able to outdo myself. He doesn't have low ability. What? Although I tried to downplay it, until now I've been working in an industry that surrounded me in lies and human deception, so it was comforting to hear. Oh, that is understandable, yeah. Yeah, it was actually quite pleasant. A man like him is destined to do great things if he continued as his career path. Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
そして
Yeah.
赤坂さん、
So, Akasaka-san,
今日は
did you have
どんな
something to
ご用
discuss
件で?
today?
もちろん、お祝いのご挨拶ですよ。
Oh, that's really quite nice. He's probably calling to congratulate him about, you know, finally having reached retirement,
勤
really.
続40年超えのお勤め、お疲れ
Wow.
様でした。
God, thank you so much for your 40 years of service. That's
Oh.
insane.
これは
That really
どうも
is.
ご丁寧に。
Oh, that's very thoughtful of you.
よくご存知でしたね。誰からお聞きになったんです?
I'm surprised you knew about that. Who did you hear it
そちら
from?
の考案家の本田屋さんからです。
Oh, right. I heard it from Hondaya-san in the public safety department up here. God, that's actually really surprising. If he's literally been made to be known in the public safety department, fucking hell, he's a big name.
先週の
But
合同研修の
that's
際
the
に教えていただきま
dedication
して、
really seeping in. I found out last week when we met during joint training.
ああ、
I see.
なるほど。そういうこ
That's
と
how it
で
happened,
す
huh?
か。
Oh, it must be really quite surprising, like, just seeing that these people have such a sort of shared, you know, admiration for this police officer. Yeah.
いろいろと
Oh.
お話をお伺いしました。
Came up when we were sharing stories.
連絡が今日まで遅くなってしまって、本当
Oh,
に
yeah.
申し訳ありません。
But I haven't been able to call you until today. Honestly, I'm sorry about that.
お気遣い
Your concern is embarrassing me. Your concern is embarrassing me. One day I probably also told him that one of my subordinates. Oh my god, yeah. Of course, there was no reason for Akasaka-san to apologise, nor did I have one to reproach him, not at all. Oh, he probably will. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Still, must have filled him with regret when he found out. He probably wishes he could have helped sooner and found me some useful intel. Oh my god, Nika. I wonder what he actually thinks regarding, you know, how he really swore that he was going to save her, but never really realised her help that she was asking. And the same goes for me. One more thing to regret. No, I know. Oh, that's understandable. Right after the disaster occurred, I was terrified of getting anyone else involved. After all, I didn't want anyone else to end up like Kumagai. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. But as a result, no progress was ever made on the Hinamizawa investigation. It will probably end with my retirement. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I find it really interesting that, it's actually really quite interesting. I kind of get the impression that if people were there, if Oishi had actually had the bravery to call people, and, you know, obviously make them part of the investigation, obviously they'd really have to convince him first, because it is literally them sacrificing their potential lives. But at the same time, I wonder if they maybe would have investigated, like, you know, the ruins of Hinamizawa, what's actually happened right after the gas disaster happens, as opposed to 20 years later. Yeah, because I remember in the Demon script there was a, you know, and obviously the anime adaptation of Tsumi Horigoshi's episode 6, like, I remember there was quite a lot on just the Hinamizawa, like, 20 years after the gas disaster, but not, just the second it's happened. Because I wonder how the mountain dogs would, you know, object to you actually going in there. I wonder what would happen. I wonder why there was another, wave of gas that emitted on in the July month of 1983. It's so incomprehensible, so horrible. No, definitely, yeah. And when faced with an opponent like that, I can't accomplish anything on my own. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is just such a big investigation. It really is. Yeah, I should have asked for help. No, I agree, honestly. That's why I always saw. That's why I had to bother you today. Sorry if it was wrong for an outsider to say anything. Oh. Yeah, definitely, yeah. If anything, he's given you... Nonsense, Akasaka-san, you're the one who went to the trouble of calling me all the way out from Tokyo, right? Yeah. Oh, really? Why should he be apologizing? Fair enough. Everybody is going to so much trouble just because this old man is leaving. What are you talking about? Oh, at this point, I still haven't repaid the favor I owe you. Yeah. Oh, that's really quite nice. I want to encourage you from now on, and I hope we have a long-lasting relationship. That's really quite nice. Yeah, Akasaka-san. Such a kind young man. No, I've already done enough to disrespect him. You've done nothing. What? Still, he's walking the long road on a path full of back-breaking work and little thanks. Yeah, definitely, yeah. People like that get little sympathy, but I was truly proud I had the opportunity to know him. Yeah, I don't blame him. I really don't. I mean, I think it's not only that, it's just how much he's, you know, developed. And how much he's improved as well, of course. It's actually interesting that he mentions, you know, little thanks, but of course you'd have little thanks as a police officer. I mean, obviously, doing these amazing deeds that literally save people's lives, it would have just been common nature. And secondly, with a detective as well, you know, asking questions and, like, talking to people to investigate them. I mean, obviously, you get people being desperate and obviously thanking them as a result, but you get the worst people, especially the people that may be guilty. You know, they're horrible. They could be horrible to talk to. They really could be. You would never get... It must be really hard being a police officer, like, really, really hard. That's it. If he's involved, maybe he can do it. Yeah, the answer I couldn't reach on my own. Finding the truth behind this mystery. Yeah, that's interesting. Akasaka-san. Oh my god, you just see the tone in his voice. Holy shit, it changes. Akasaka-san, I'd like to have a chat with you later tonight if you don't mind. I may just be causing him grief. No, but even so, if a glimmer of hope is out there when I have to reach for it. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, I'd actually be really quite interested to see what would happen if they did discover this, because obviously with Tokyo they can't really intervene that much because they have a lot of political power on their side, but at the same time I think they still could probably get them in prison. I don't know. I just wonder how, if they discovered what was happening and they discovered the truth of the gas disaster, then I really wonder what would actually happen with Tokyo. I just really wonder how Akasaka would do it though. You literally can't go to the crime scene because it's completely deadly. So, yeah. Oh, this is the end. Yeah, it would be quite interesting, that. But, yeah, there we are. That was the prologue to... sorry, not prologue, sorry, epilogue to Sommelier Sushi. That was the second one, actually, because we obviously saw that little tip with, you know, Madoka, learning about her, learning about, you know, Tomoe, and stuff like that. Yeah, so the Metropolitan Public Security 7th room case file. 7th room, interesting enough that. Do you remember in the, I think it was the cast review or... no, I think it was actually the second police case file. We saw that Akasaka is going to potentially be in this story, and, you know, the 7th room, the 7th division, public safety division, that is his sort of secret place of work, really. Obviously, they have to have a really vague name so that nobody can tell where he works from questioning, because they're a very secretive unit. So this is going to be really quite interesting to see. What? Okay, that's a little bit further than I thought. Summer 2006. So this is a year before I was born. Right, that's enough. What is this music? This is really quite odd. Once I finished organising the material for handoff, I arched my back and stretched my arms out. Then I felt a light sense of relief. It was an impressive amount of material, just as expected. But even so, it was quite useful. Wonder what this is. Something about Hinamizawa, maybe? As I gazed at the laptop sitting on my desk, I let out a sigh. Crime scene reports detailing every single case. Various manuals and regulations detailing processing scripts. Other public security laws and government ordinances. Oh god, that must be really quite difficult just for... In the old days, it was necessary to browse through documents and thick files anytime you wanted to investigate something. Yeah, but now you can see everything right away by performing a few simple operations on a machine the size of a sheet of paper. That is actually fair enough. Yeah, I wonder if he actually finds this easier or... Oh yeah, not only that, but the time it takes to search for this information has been massively shortened thanks to the database we set up. Oh, that's really quite good. I'm grateful for that. Is Akasaka going to become a lazy police officer now? The files are still lined up in the shelves in front of us, but as a result, they've just been sitting there collecting dust. Yeah, that is quite funny, that. And the digitization of records wasn't the only thing that changed with the times. My job responsibilities and my surroundings were constantly changing. Oh, sometimes very suddenly. Naturally, I struggled to keep up with the flow of change. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Oh. What? Wait, hang on a second, what? And now I'm going to be a school principal? What? Oh, that's hard to see myself, though. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, he could do a good job, but at the same time, is that really right for him? In keeping with the recent trend towards structural reform, the Metropolitan Police Department's Public Security Division was given a large-scale reorganisation earlier this year. Oh, right. And starting next spring, I'm going to be the principal of the Police Academy. Oh my god. That is big. Wow. Nevertheless, I was completely shocked when I received the letter a few days ago notifying me of the change. Fair enough, yeah. The number of positions dwindles as you approach the top of the pyramid. Yeah, so I wasn't planning to stay in the field of public security forever, but I never expected I'd end up in a teaching position. That is unbelievable, yeah. Oh my god, it's Miyuki. Jesus, I've actually never seen her character from, you know, really old times before, from when she's really quite old before. She looks as a message from the gods. You've been working so hard until now, Dad, so why not rest for a while? Interesting. I'm actually really quite surprised. I've never seen her before. Indeed, I smiled bitterly as I thought back on what my daughter told me. Yeah, she's really bloody old here. Oh my god. She's born in... What was it? She was born in 1978 or 9. Which one was it? Well, probably 1978. That's really quite nuts. I haven't been working as fervently as some of my superiors and colleagues, but she certainly saw it the way. Oh yeah, but public safety ordinances prevent me from telling my family the details of the work I do. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he'd probably get in a lot of trouble if he did so. As a result, my daughter has built up exaggerated expectations based on the stories she's heard from the media. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. Oh god, yeah. Yeah, you really wonder if the division he's worked in is going to just, because of how much organisation is changing, potentially fall. And this amazing spectacle, the Seventh Records Room, it's just a few months left, and then I'll never see it again. Yeah, I thought it was such a drab sight when I first took office here, but now I'm sad to see it go. Yeah. This room is a treasure trove of history, detailing all of the conflict my colleagues and I fought and challenged together. Wow. Some were able to overcome adversity and find the truth. However, there were many where we struggled to find clues until the end, and many unresolved incidents that were regrettably interrupted before they could be finished. Oh yeah, like the Hinamizawa. And the EDA one, yeah. One of them was this one right here. I used the keyboard and mouse to navigate through the authentication system, then opened the case file for one particular incident. It was... Oh, interesting. The document detailed an incident that happened in a remote village in the Chibu region, the Hinamizawa gas disaster. I've never heard of the Chibu region before. I mean, I've always heard of like the Gifu prefecture and Shishibone as well. Where is Shishibone? What is the significance of Shishibone? Because Gifu is the prefecture of Japan, but I don't know what Shishibone is. It's like the... I think that's the town, that's the city of Hinamizawa or something like that. The Hinamizawa's closest city. I don't fucking know. Oh, so that was it. Right. That was actually quite cool, yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, that. So I wonder if in 2006... there is actually going to be some sort of reference to the gas disaster. Metropolitan Public Security 7th Ring case file is for this one. Right, I really wonder. Oh. Interesting. I guess that's everything. As I finished looking through the files, I let out a depressing sigh. Oh, after all, despite all the time I spent investigating, no, I know! That's the most brutal thing. Like, yeah, I'm still no closer to revealing the mysteries behind the Great Untitled disaster, and I'll still be... Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, you can't do it forever. How pathetic. Oh, I mean, yeah... even though I so enthusiastically swore I'd be able to accomplish it, yeah, this was the end result. Yeah, such a powerful start, but such an anticlimactic conclusion. Oh my god, yeah, I can't even muster a scornful smile. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah.
Rika-chan.
I'm sorry, Rika-chan. I muttered one more apology to the girl who was no longer with us. Yeah, if the incident hadn't happened back then, she probably would have grown to be... Yeah. Oh god, no. I mean, she doesn't have family, but like, still. And she could have been living a happy life with her family. Well, when you say family, friends. Her friends in Hinomizawa, they are like her family. So yeah, it could have been a glorious, yeah, future filled with endless possibility. Yeah, but no matter how many excuses I tried to make, I wasn't able to. Yeah, that's the worst thing. Yeah, I was too powerless, too insensitive to prevent that chain of tragedy. Yeah, I mean, even if he wanted to intervene, could he really have prevented it? That's another question. Of course, no amount of scaling and self-loading would ever be able to change anything. That's the saddest thing. It's all over already. Oh, God. Oh, is it Chisato? I'll see her after all. Oh. Right. That is not Chisato. I've been looking for you, Dad. I mean, Assistant Commissioner Akasaka. Assistant Commissioner? Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Is Miyuki a police officer? Is she actually a police officer? I heard a light voice that sounded like a bell ringing through the darkness and turned towards its source, and the person I found standing there was my daughter Miyuki. Oh my god, this is Miyuki! Damn! I'm so surprised! Sheesh, I thought the transfer materials didn't need to be ready until next week. God, wow, so she definitely doesn't look like Akasaka, let's just say that. Wow. She has a really quite interesting outfit. Why would you wear pockets there? That's such a weird place to wear pockets, but like... Yeah, her... It's actually a really quite odd outfit. Yeah, sheesh, I thought the transfer materials didn't need to be ready until next week. You're as much of a workaholic as ever. The doctor's gonna be upset, you know? Oh, yeah, so... I just can't believe that Miyuki's completely grown up. Obviously, Akasaka doesn't sound different whatsoever, but yeah, I immediately apologized without thinking, but then I quickly noticed. This is a confidential office in public security department. Yeah, shouldn't there be strict security even?
Miyuki,
Miyuki, how did you get in here? Yes, we're supposed to be off limits for outsiders. Yeah, I love that she just so casually mentions that. What? But I asked Kono-san and he let me in. Is that a problem? It probably should be. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. The police department has very strict regulations. Even if she's my daughter, everyone involved will be strictly reprimanded for a violation of this kind. What is this music? Oh. It's just really irritating ambience. Why would you willingly disobey that rule? Yeah, exactly. Has he not contacted you yet? What? Oh my god! I'm getting transferred to the public security division starting next month. Okay, that is holy fuck, she's done well in life. Wow. Oh my god! I foolishly raised my voice as I watched my daughter point her finger towards the ground. This was the first I've heard of it. Yeah! That's so surprising! How would I not heard anything about this personnel assignment until now? Thank you in advance for your support during our brief time working together. So please don't be too hard on me. The 7th room. Oh my god, that is just so surprising though. The fact that Akasaka is, you know, he's going to have to, you know, manage his daughter. I mean, my god, that must be so weird. Miyuki, stranger must have saluted as she said that and flashed me a shameless smile. Oh, when I saw that, I knew exactly who was responsible for this. Yeah, you really did it. This fast has to be... Oh. Oh, so is she not being genuine here? This fast has to be one last act of mischief from Kono Senpai. Imagining the grin on his face was nauseating. I wonder if it really is an act of misery. Misery? Sorry, mischief. Because imagine if it's genuine. What's wrong?
Yeah.
No, it's not. Still, even though she used to be such a cute little girl, she's getting stronger every year, and she... yeah, oh my god, yeah. How enough did she grow up to have so many of these odd quirks? Society, let's be honest. That's all on you, Dad. Oh god. God, don't go asking me. Yep, funny that Miyuki can literally tell what he's thinking. So I'm assuming Connor's actually leaving soon just because of retirement. I wonder how old Miyuki is here. Maybe she's probably Tomoe's age. No, maybe a little bit younger. Maybe Madoka's age. Like obviously when we read about her, not when she's, you know, in her 30s after that letter.
Kora.
You know, I haven't said anything yet. Yeah, well I can tell just by the look on your face. Now see here. Oh. It's a little bit weird. As I tried to muster a reply, a smiling face suddenly appeared before me. Another face overlapped over my daughter's face and disappeared just as quickly. Indeed, something like this happened long ago. Interesting, that. Oh. And that was the moment I decided I would stand up to fight to reveal the mysteries of Hinami's soul. I think Miyuki's going to be involved in potentially finding out some mysteries of Hinami's soul. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's going to have some link with Hinami's soul. Who knows? I think it's just really quite surprising that, you know, first, I mean, of course he wouldn't have forgot Rika ever, but like, yeah, the fact that he will never ever forget. Yeah. Yes, that's right, it's not over yet. As long as I don't give up, as long as my will never gives out, the possibility of finding the truth will always be greater than... You've got to be kidding me. Hang on a second. So is the next story going to make it so that Akasaka goes back to Hinamizawa with Miyuki? What? And even if I'm leaving this place halfway through, my own daughter Miyuki is coming here to take my place. Yeah. In other words, Miyuki. If he dies... There's something I need to tell you. Only I can discuss with you. Will you listen to me? I wanted to believe in this faith. No, I will believe in it. I swore that in my heart as I turned to face her. Yeah, I really wonder what Miyuki's like, and especially how committed she feels to her job. I mean, she's in public safety division. I think that really shows a lot. That's actually going to be really quite interesting. Oh boy, this means everything in Kageboshi's finished. Everything has been done. Oh my god, man. Wait, so we haven't read that. And we haven't read this one either. What the fuck? I'm so confused. Right, okay, well, let's begin reading it, I suppose. Yeah, we're going to read both of the police case files, it looks like, because I do not know how to read in correct orders. Summer 2006. Oh yeah, we're going to get the beautiful view of Inamizawa. I mean, it's really quite surprising that even though the fields are completely, you know, destroyed, and a lot of houses as well. Oh, that applies to a lot of houses as well. The view is really quite nice, yeah. I've heard all the rumours, but this really is a gorgeous view. Yeah, standing at the top of the hill, I stretched my arms out wide and took a deep breath to fill my lungs with the fresh air. Oh yeah, nice one. I mean, she lives in the city, it must be really quite a breath of fresh air. A serene countryside landscape was laid out right before my... Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. And the distinctive thatched roof houses were beautifully peppered and throughout the landscape. It was far more spectacular than I expected, and I couldn't help but let out a sigh. Oh yeah, fair. Yeah, we could have started out here together. He didn't have to go and say it'd be more effective if we split up. As I said that, I looked off in the direction as I expected my father to be. Of course, there was no way I could see him from here, but I could just picture him furrowing his brow as he sifted through the case files, and I immediately burst out laughing. Father was currently heading off to survey the swamp, alleged to the sort of... Oh, interesting, yeah. He called it the Onigafti swamp. Oh yeah, interesting that. Nowadays, the land is buried in concrete, so it's a huge vacant lot in the middle of the forest. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Now then. Yeah, definitely taking pictures for the investigation, or just for, you know, photography. Yeah, so I wave. Oh, that's a shame. getting an excuse to take a picture of the beautiful Inamizawa scenery. So I have to go goodbye to the breathtaking scenery and went back to the way I came. Look, luscious scenery was growing out in the grassy fields, and I thought, oh yeah, it must be really quite nice going to a village like this. The bright sunshine was brilliantly reflected in the raindrops. Oh, that's beautiful. I love stuff like that. Oh wow, when I stepped onto the soft grass, my feet sank in up to my ankles and water. Oh, that's the worst. I already hate grass like that. Yeah, I can see a pitch black, filthy stone lantern in a clearing up ahead. In old days, there were tons of plants spread throughout the lawns and gardens. Yeah, my god, yeah, with clusters of cedar trees standing against the backdrop of pines in the forest. Oh, wow. But now, yeah, definitely it's completely abandoned. But now the area was covered in tall weeds. It wasn't all that different from the flatlands deep in the mountains. Yeah, god, it really is quite weird. Seriously, it is. I continued taking pictures as I made my way into the main shrine and stopped in front of the ritual storehouse. The latch on the door was broken. Oh yeah, and I got the glimpse of the dark interior through the gap between the doors. Oh my god, yeah. Little did she know she's going to be able to explore it. According to the materials I read beforehand, a variety of unsavory tools. Oh my god, yeah, I think that is definitely a good way of describing it. Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Oh, even better reason to do it. I wonder if it's alright to be taking pictures of it. Maybe we'll get punished for it. Yeah, not worth it. Yep. Really? Damn, I'm quite surprised. After briefly getting lost in thought, I decided to leave the area for now. I'd already been in there once to take a glimpse, but even I couldn't bring myself to go in. Oh my god, wow. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's actually really quite funny that the lock is completely destroyed, so yeah. Hang on a second, I remember Mion actually cutting the lock in half with her sword, so that can't be right. I don't know. Yeah, how did she actually get in there? Maybe they actually have a key, or maybe they do a thing called lock picking in their spare time, who knows?
それにしても建物って人がいなくなるとこんなにも朽ち果てちゃうんだね。
It's just really, it's typical Hinamizawa though. Everything is completely neglected and yet it still looks beautiful. If anything, it looks really quite interesting and quite natural as well. I think this scenery is beautiful. It really is. I really like how they've tweaked it so that it looks really quite neglected. Anyway, these buildings have suffered significant decay since all the people left the area. That's natural for a shrine without any residents. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, the residents look after the shrine normally. I let out a sigh as I stared at the main hall. Yeah, the paint was bare from weather exposure and the decorative brackets were covered in rust. And the wooden parts were, needless to say. Oh god, yeah, I can imagine. Now then, where should I go next? I took a seat under the shrine gate, then pulled a map of the village out of my breast pocket and spread it out before me. Take a seat under the shrine gate. Oh, that's really quite nice. Yeah, it was a computer. Oh yeah. It was a computer-generated map I was able to design based on the surveying. Surveying conducted by my father and his fellow detective. Wow, my god, that's insane. Yeah. The end result was pretty impressive. Well, a technologically inept father first saw it. He said you chose the wrong career path. You make a lot more money working for a design company. Still, even if he had said that sort of thing earlier on, it wouldn't have changed my mind. Yeah. Indeed, it might be a bit overblown to say, but I believe that I was born into it to be a detective. I came to this village in order to succeed. My father's like, oh yeah, fair. At the Holiday Shrine now, so I looked up at the sun high in the sky to confirm the appropriate direction. Yeah, of course you can tell just from the direction of the sun, yeah. Proper navigation. And then I turned my gaze down toward the map spread out in front of me and pulled a pen out of my breast pocket. Oh, yeah, that's actually really quite nice. So, I mean, obviously she is going to investigate, but yeah, let's just say she's gonna enjoy it. When she can. Or maybe this is her time off. Yeah, I think it is actually. Right, this is going to be quite interesting seeing the end now. Feels weird that we're playing the end right after reading the beginning. The alarm rang out just as I checked my watch. It's time to meet my father. I descended the stone steps of the Holiday Shrine, straddled the folding back part there, and headed towards the Somozaki main building. Yeah. When I arrived at the meeting place, my father was resting after finishing his investigation. Oh yeah, that's understandable. I mean, my god, he really must have had hard work there. Then we exchanged materials to ensure we didn't miss anything in our respective investigations. Oh yeah, fair. It's actually really quite funny that Akasaka's probably... Not entirely sure what he's investigating. I think they're both just investigating, the secret Yakuza gang that are, trying to take control of the Sonozaki families. Well, they're trying to defy the next Sonozaki head. Yeah, that should be good for now. After this, we'll report our finding at Oi-san's grave. What? Oishi's died? God, that's sad. Or Yeah, before returning to Tokyo. He was a friend of my father from Higurashi. Oh my god. Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely not the same world as Matsubishi, but because I remember 20 years later. Wait, no, hang on a second. It wasn't 20 years later. It was 5 years. No, it was 5 years later. It was after the curse had happened. Yeah, no, it wasn't 20 years later either. As well. What am I thinking? I'm sure he would. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah, I'm sure he will. Yeah. You're able to connect with that stuff. It's actually pretty weird that, yeah, just a moment ago I noticed the man my father was referred to as Captain talking on his phone, but I waited until we finished the school to ask about it. For a moment, he made a face that said, "What are you talking about?" But he quickly understood what I meant and responded, "Yes." Oh yeah. It's actually really quite surprising.
この村のエリアって中継基地がないんですよね。それともここだと電波が届くんですか？
Let's make it all the way out here. Nah. This is not, I don't know, 2070.
違いますよ。
That's not
こ
it.
れ衛星携帯電話です
Yeah,
か
this is
ら
a。satellite phone. The captain pulled out the phone from his breast pocket and handed it to me as he said that. It looked like an ordinary cell phone at first glance, but I didn't recognise the design, and the manufacturer was someone I never heard of. It's obviously a bluff.
通信衛星を使っていますので、海上でも通信することができます。
Yeah, so impressive. It communicates via satellite, so we can communicate even in the
もっと
open
も
sea.
結構な値段なので、海外旅行でもしない限り個人使用には向きませんけどね。
The price is high though, so it's no good for normal people unless you do a lot of overseas travel.
なんだ。それなら私も契約して持ってくればよかったな。
Really, then I wish I had signed up for one and brought it with me. Oh, if I had, it would have solved a lot of our problem. Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah. I could have avoided getting civilians involved in a dangerous situation. Yeah, Jesus, that's very true, actually. I take myself from all that cold sweat.
いや、
Oh, my mistake.
違うか。
At the same time, even though it would have avoided the civilians getting involved, this was fucking life-changing for them. It really was. But at the same time, somebody may have died. Oh my god, yeah, it's because of that time that a life that didn't need to die was saved. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. I think that's Tawada's life. Yeah, easily. And a future that would have only led to despair. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. Yeah. It's nice to think that the end result was something like that. It seriously is, yeah. Right, I'm
すみ
sorry.
ません。ちょっとそれお借りし
Should I
ても
borrow
いいで
that
す
for
か？
a minute? That's fine, but what are you
い
going
い
to do
です
with
け
it?
ど、何に使われるんですか？
実はちょっと一件上司から急ぎで連絡しろって言われてた案件を思い出しまして。
Actually, I just remembered that my boss wanted me to report in about a case as soon as
本当は
possible.
ホテルに戻ってから電話するつもりだったんですけど、結局丸2日空けちゃいましたから。
I planned to call after I got back to the hospital, but I've been away for 2 days now. Oh yeah.
ああ、そうなんですか。
The hotel even. You know, when I read this before, I made that exact same mistake. That's really quite funny, that. Oh, is that so?
それならどうぞ。
Yeah, please go right ahead. Yeah, that's actually really quite good. He's allowing it. Oh yeah, the boss really isn't going to have approval just because of, you know, them, Miyuki having just charged in. As opposed to making severe preparations for, fighting an organised crime agency. Since it was for official purposes, the captain had no reason to refuse. Oh yeah, nice one. So he agreed to let me use it. I said excuse me for a moment, then walked a short distance away and called my director. I thought to look. Oh god. I bumped my head, not that the director could see it, and explained the situation, but then she said, send the data and report immediately, damn, and hung up on me. Oh, yep, this is bad. Oh my god, yeah. That's actually really quite funny. It is actually really quite funny whenever you see a boss, like, employee hasn't done something to perfect standard, boss gets mad. I swear, bosses, sometimes they have, like, the least control ever. I couldn't help but sigh. I remembered using the data I created for tomorrow's meeting materials 2 days ago. Oh, right. Hang on a second. Oh my god. You remember in the car where Arakawa was actually driving with Miyuki, and then Miyuki went out, she just surveyed the surroundings, or obviously looked out at the view, and then she came back, and Arakawa he accidentally spilled coffee on it. Oh no. I went all night to finish this. All I had to do was just send it over. Oh, right. Oh no! Oh, what the fuck is she actually going to do? She's going to get in trouble. However, I caught wind that Ryunosuke-san, Mr. Arakawa, was heading to Hinamizawa to investigate, and I was so focused on getting ready to depart that I forgot all about it. Oh, no. Oh, you are lucky. Yeah. For now, I brought a PDA to document all the information, but for now it can't be helped. Is a PDA device one of those that? Oh, it's just like a it's just basically like it's like a mobile phone, but it only records MP3 files instead of MP4s as well. When I told my father I was heading back earlier, the captain handed me back the satellite phone I just returned to him, and then told me a convenient alternative. Oh, you are so lucky. Yeah, instead of why not just send it from here? Brilliant. Oh, you don't mind? What, like, oh my god, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I took him up on this kindness once again, then pulled out a PDA and a communication cable out of my knapsack. Yeah, brilliant. Although I had a modern, although I had a modem and an adapter cable designed for cell phones, but maybe they'll be compatible with this satellite phone. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. I prayed as I lined the cable up with the socket on the satellite phone, but how the click of a successful connection? That's really quite funny. You would never get stuff like this now. Then I booted up my PDA, connected the end of the cable, and launched the mail application. Yep, looks like it's working. Nice. Alright then. Brilliant. Transmission sent. Oh, that is so convenient. Alright. Oh, let me send this to my secondary email too. Of course, yes, too. Oh, yeah, Domoe. Interesting. And I'll send it to Minai too. Yeah, it's really quite interesting. Of course, Minai is really, really up to date with the whole Hinamizawa related things. I find it quite interesting that she hasn't actually died in this world. So, obviously, this isn't the scenario of Kageboshi. She said, it can wait until you... Oh my god, Minai's death was so painful in that, Jesus. It can wait until we head back, but... Oh, yeah, she definitely sounds like a lenient person, that's good. But I wonder where she is in her career at the moment. My god, she's probably so high up. But I wanted to get it to her as soon as possible, even if it's just one day. After all, this evidence corroborates with what Director Minai has been saying for years. Okay, all done. Oh, I wonder what he's actually been saying for years. I don't know, the culprit's human. Curse is ridiculous. Hinamizawa is weird. I don't know. Okay, well done. As a precaution, I called the director to confirm she received the files. Oh yeah, nice one. Then closed my PDA, and then I returned to the phone to the captain with a skip in my step, thinking of what I could do to repay him for his help. Right, now we're going to see the part I oddly didn't read last time I read this. Really don't understand why this wasn't actually a thing that came up then, but okay. I came out to the hooded shrine once more just before dusk. I passed through the remains of the of the garden and the shrine grounds and walked through a pine forest growing like weeds. From the top of this hill, I can see the entire village stained in a dusky vermilion hue. I carefully checked the rail to make sure it would hold, then leaned out over the edge of the hill. A strong wind blew up from the base of the cliff, running a refreshing chill along my sweaty body. Yeah, now we got the CG. This is the place of destiny. My father left a lot of thoughts here. Yeah, my father didn't come here. At first, I wondered if he was prioritising the Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. He didn't come, but obviously when it was an emergency, he kind of had to. At first, I wondered if he was prioritising the efficiency of the investigation, but when I asked him to come here again, that's when I finally realised. Yeah, he can't come here. This is the hill where a little girl asked my father for help, and his inability to fulfil that promise. Yeah, it's a wound that can never heal. Oh god, that's really sad. I mean, yeah. Yeah, God. Now, that's actually really quite interesting. So obviously he wouldn't come here unless it's for exact emergencies. Hooded Erika, I softly whispered the girl's name. Yeah, one day, long ago, my father had told me he met a girl when he was over who was like an angel. And her childlike heart truly touched him. Yeah. Then I said I wanted to be friends with her. Oh my god, yeah. At that time I had no... Yeah, Jesus. At that time I had no idea how much sorrow those innocent words will inflict on my father. Yeah, because he probably... I'd assume those would be the things that would make him remember, and then obviously he'd remember everything that, you know, was caused as a result of him actually forgetting to save her. I once again turned to gaze at the village. Looking more and more closely, there was a section of the field that was greener on one side, indistinguishable from the muddy, algae-filled reservoir beside it. The straw-roofed residential houses still retained their original shape, even though there was no longer anybody living there. It is actually really quite surprising now. Yeah. The village of the dead, where their spirits to... Oh my god, that is so true, yeah. A living hell of a tragedy. Yeah, definitely. The truth of that is still... And that's the worst thing, they're never going to discover it. I really wonder what's actually happening regarding Tokyo and the mountain dogs. I bet you it's completely gone down the toilet just because of everything that's happened. Scandals beyond words, obviously. You know, the factional things that would have happened. I really wouldn't be surprised if it's potentially going worse and worse. Because obviously Tokyo, the reason the research was actually going to be cancelled and the gas disaster was beginning to happen, that Nomada had her opportunity to manipulate Takono, was just simply because of, you know, the research actually announcing that they were going to end in 3 years, because they were going to, you know, power hungry people were just going to try and reorganise the organisation so that they get more profit, obviously. And yeah, I think they did this by saying that like all of the military weapons which you know, 1873. That's the military intent behind the syndrome research. Yeah, because of that, it couldn't do any research anymore. Vaccine's already been developed. Obviously, everything's fine. Like, fuck it off. It's just such unrealistic standards. But anyway, yeah. God, yeah. Rumours and speculation are still flying around, dousing the presence of volcanic gas. Yeah, but nothing has quite hit the mark. And besides, even if we keep looking, keep searching, and eventually find the truth. Oh my god, no, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, that's the worst thing. It's true though, yeah. Very, very true. Yeah, my god, yeah. Those calm, peaceful days. 2,000 villagers, those calm, peaceful days that truly existed over 20 years ago. Yeah, my god. Yeah, because all of them, they're just up and... Yeah, those are already just visions of the past. Only archaeologists are interested in conducting academic investigations of this place. Oh. So there's nothing left to heal the pain and regret of those people who were hurt. Yeah, my god, I know. Isn't that awful? But even so, my father has dedicated the rest of his life to shine. Wow. Okay, that is really cross. I mean, yeah, I think he's definitely overcame the whole, you know, trouble with Rika that he's actually faced. You know, just facing his guilt regarding that. Yeah, wow. Even though he's leaving his job in public security to take the role of the principal of the police academy. I mean, that is such an unbelievably high rank. God. My father was still pressing onward down the thorny path to attain for the past. Yeah. God. Hey, Rika-san.
いつになったらお父さんは救われるのかな。どうやったら悲しい思いを消して心の底から笑えるようになるのかな。
God, you really want... Yeah, I gently whispered those words to the wind, speaking to the person who might be in the sky right now. Yeah, but of course there was no reply. Yeah, it's actually quite interesting. I mean, Rika, you do know that the spirit of her actually has dwelled, and, you know, we saw that really weird scene where Mion actually, you know, the spirit of Rika literally activated to tell Mion that the, oh, what was it? The, you know, the Tamahazuki sword was, well, where the scroll for the Tamahazuki sword was located. In the Saiguden. That too was only... Yeah... Interesting. Oh, what has happened?
この惨劇がどうして起こされたのか、私たちだけでは真相に至ることが叶いません。どうかこれを読んだあなた、真相を解き明かしてください。それだけが私たちの願いです。
God, that is really quite something. So they still haven't found... Oh yeah, I forgot it doesn't actually end here. But even today, I'll gladly keep sending these messages. Yeah, even if they never reach anyone. Yeah, and I just really quite find it... I find it really quite interesting. The truth of this is just... Firstly, it's impossible to find. Second, because obviously the mountain dogs and, you know, all of the clinic-related things in Tokyo, they would have completely... I mean, to be fair, it's not impossible to find, but I think it's very unlikely. It's so hard to investigate everything now that, you know, everything's completely wrecked. But even today, I'll gladly keep sending these messages, even if they never reach anyone. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting little bit of a prologue, just because you really wonder whether people have actually, whether Miyuki actually has discovered the truth. I mean, I think it's going to be so unlikely that, yeah, she hasn't. I mean, the answer was in the... We literally found the answer in the title of the arc. The truth was actually told to us before everything had actually happened. Look. After Tsumi Horoboshi, we don't know about the syndrome, we don't know about Tokyo, we know about nothing. So, of course, it's not going to be anything that has, you know, a full indication of what's genuinely happened. But, yeah, those are the police case files. They were actually really quite fun. I really like the police case files, and that they really just gave sort of a distinctive feel to the last three stories. I mean, I really quite like that you had a prologue, you had an epilogue, and it's just, I don't know, it's just sort of a little routine you sort of developed. It was really quite nice just reading these stories, reading these really quite small stories, just getting a little bit more information, having a little bit more fun. I like them. I think, yeah, I think probably the most strong ones were the ones that I'd seen